I remember my first day at Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Yaba. Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital,
Yaba.
Yaba left, right? Yeah, so my first day as a doctor there,
Okay.
I felt liberated. I felt like I had found the love of my life. I don't want to sound cliche, but we're back again.
Yeah, it's 2025 and we're back again.
My name is Omotola of Lifestyle by Omoti, and I'm your favorite psychiatrist, mental health advocate, faith being, Jesus lover. Should I continue?
This title.
Is this sounding grandiose?
Well, I don't want to start on that note. Anyways,
Yes, it's a new year, and I know that you have a lot of things for us to unpack.
before then, I'm Simeon, the Amenda.
Okay?
My channel, right? You want to hear me? So that we also,
We want to hear about your channel.
mental well-being and mental wellness.
That's brilliant.
So shorts.
Yeah, you're a man of few words, but loaded.
Well, it's good to see you again, you know?
Yeah, it's good to see you. How far? How has it been?
Well, it's been so good, so far so good, you know. The year is running so fast. What do you think?
Yes, I saw some meme on social media saying that January is going so fast. That is the fastest January of all times.
I can attest to that. It's been so fast.
It sounds like the money bag is talking, because it's when you have money that you think things are going fast.
You like putting words in my mouth. I've resolved. I have a lot of resolution this year, so that's part of the resolution. I'm not going to talk much.
But you know the funny thing is that I met someone this year. I was like, oh, that person that you brought to your channel, he looks like a very rich person.
I will still not say anything.
Right. So it's a new year, and you know that.
A new me.
You just stole that out of my mouth. People have lots of resolutions.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I was hoping you could share a few of your resolutions with us.
I hope you really want to know one of my resolutions.
Now you're scaring me.
One of my resolutions this year is to know more about Omoti.
Okay.
So, it's about you.
That's sounding Delilu perception.
What is she saying? I don't even know what she's talking about. Hope it's not neologism.
Well, it's not neologism. Anyway, this year is a new year. It's filled with lots of opportunities.
This 2025 is going to unravel a lot of things, and just like we said, we are kickstarting now, and I'm very positive that there's still a lot to come. I've seen what you're doing, so I know you don't like me talking about it. Anyway, back to what we are here to do today. I'm heeding to the call of people.
Okay.
And
Tell me about
we are talking about you today.
Okay.
So people have been asking, the last time you were so amazing, you talked about how you started having done nurturing, being a psychiatrist even before medical school. They were inspired. So they were saying, that lady, you want to hear about her. Is she also a psychiatrist? Oh, a beautiful psychiatrist. I say, yeah.
And that's
So they want to know why psychiatry? I know you gave some background then, but let me still hear from you. Why psychiatry?
Right. Because I can absolutely not avoid this.
You can't avoid this.
I would speak.
It's a new year, yeah?
It's a new year. First of all, I think that most people, not everybody, most people became medical doctors first of all because they had the heart to help people. Obviously, as years went by and as reality set in, most people realized that it was almost impossible, not because they didn't have the personal conviction or the motivation to do so, but because the system can frustrate one.
I don't even want to talk about
it. But why I became a psychiatrist is very simple. For me, I knew all the things that I never wanted to do. I knew that surgery was out of it.
I don't like surgery too.
Okay, that makes it two of us.
I don't like standing in that theater.
And the smell.
Apologies to the surgeons.
No apologies. And then O&G, that's obstetrics and gynecology, was just, in fact, was number one on my list of no-nos. That's out. Maybe another day I'll talk about it.
Okay.
And I really loved pediatrics. Even as a house officer, that was my best posting.
I wish I can say the same for pediatrics.
A lot of people didn't like it, but I think it fit my persona. Yes, it did. Although I didn't pick it because I knew that it was going to take a huge chunk of my life. So it was going to be either pediatrics or
something
family
else
and other things. So I needed that specialty that would give me everything that I wanted in terms of caring for the whole man, spirit, soul, and body, and also having that fulfillment. So I think that for me, it took a long time to finally realize what I wanted to do, because I believe strongly that a lot of people are multi-passionate, and I could categorize myself as one of those people, although I clearly knew what I didn't want to do. But at the end of service year, or close to the end, I started to get the big question, what do you want to do?
So what do you want to do?
Ask me again.
What did you want to do?
I had no idea. No idea. I had no idea at that point. I just knew that I wanted a proper interaction with any client I was coming in contact with. In service year, the backstory is that in service year, I worked in an infectious disease institute, and it entailed caring for people who had chronic diseases and were facing a lot of stigma, both self-stigma and societal stigma.
You should have gone into infectious disease then.
Well, I could have, but I don't think it was something I could absolutely not do, but I don't think I wanted to do internal medicine.
you have stuff now.
It's not about stuff. I want to live life fully.
You are living the life.
I wouldn't say so. Right. Okay. And then at that point, I realized that I could no longer coast or just be in the moment, because I decided to go back to the drawing board.
Drawing board. Okay, when you say drawing board, I was looking at that board. There was one of your videos where I see that board.
Vision board.
Vision board, yeah.
Yes, and speaking about vision board, I did an absolutely amazing video on vision board.
You did, yeah, I know.
And at that point, I had to go back to the source of the vision, who is God. And I told God that, God, I'm at a crossroad. I need you to lead me right. I want to write primaries. Primaries is like a primary qualification, an entrance examination into residency. And I wasn't sure which of them to go for. And I just told God that I needed him to lead me right.
And he did lead you.
And he did.
So I suppose to say it's not just your decision, it's more of a divine calling.
I would say so, because God backed up his words in so many ways. Immediately I made up my mind that I was going to go for psychiatry. He brought amazing people into my life to prepare for that exam.
And you
within 1 month. Yes, I did. And I remember my first day at Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Yaba. Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital.
I know when some people hear Yaba.
Yaba left, right? Yeah, so my first day as a doctor there, I felt liberated. I felt like I had found the love of my life.
Wow.
Yes, I felt that way in terms of my career. And anyone that gets listen, I just told them that, look, this is what I'm going to do. And this was about 6 years ago. And I still feel the same way about psychiatry.
Wow, so that's amazing. You know, sometimes that's what I said in my see, there's a passion. No matter how it fits, you feel that fulfillment. And for every job or for every profession, the most important thing is that satisfaction. So 6 years ago, you enter neuropsychiatry hospital. So when you go back home, how did people saw you like, I'm not a psychiatrist?
First of all, the backstory is that when I told my dad that I wanted to do psychiatry, he was like, out of all the specialties, he said, no, you don't like cardiology. And at that point, I just did not tell him again. I didn't say anything until I passed my primary exams, and I called him. Was very proud of me because he knows that it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But yes, I get that side eye even until now. Even when I take Uber and I'm on call, they ask me, "Oh, you're going to the hospital. What do you do there?" Like, I'm a psychiatrist. They turn it again and say, "Oh."
And I think it's just I don't know what exactly can be done really to really change the perception of people that mental illness or mental health generally is more like someone. As a psychiatrist, you are more like any other person in any medical field, and most of the time I think of all the medical field, psychiatrists are the most stigmatized. I may be wrong, or what do you think?
Stigma or not, I'm sticking to this profession. But you're right.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's more about satisfaction and having a balanced life, which is very important.
It is.
But how do you really react when people look at you? How does it make you feel? I know.
So for me, I think that first of all, it takes a very long time for me to admit or to see any form of discrimination.
And because it even took a long time before you take that decision, you should be like, no, we are here. I'm not going back.
Exactly. I think I'm resolute about it. And it's not even because it took a long time. For me, I was willing to change my mind. So what I said, I told God that I'm going to try this thing out. If I don't like it, I will leave. I'm not going to stay there because I feel like I've already made this decision. I'm not a tree. I can move. And honestly, it's been a good journey. In terms of people's reactions, I think that the first thing is not even about. I think that a lot of people are scared of being psychoanalyzed. They are scared of themselves. They feel that they feel a bit insecure if you say you're a psychiatrist.
So they feel you are going to start analyzing them from the word go.
Exactly. So that's what makes a lot of people feel uncomfortable, and they project that uncomfortable feeling onto you.
Yeah, I think at some point you hear people saying, "See, don't use your psychiatry on me." So I know what I get what you mean. Yeah.
Right. Yes, but it's been a good journey, honestly.
So away from how people feel about the psychiatry, has been the journey so far? I know you've said it in a way, but specifically, have you enjoyed? And I want you to look at it from the perspective that you practice. And I know you shop around.
Excuse you.
I know you are.
Don't leak my secret.
You are initially in Yaba, and then you went to Arrow. And then here you are,
and that's why I'm your favorite psychiatrist because I've been there, done that.
So you know it across.
Exactly.
I don't want to say across culture because before you say my cultural psychiatry,
transcultural again.
So at least looking at it, how has it been?
It's been amazing, and one thing I would say is that psychiatry, whether in Nigeria, whether in the UK, anywhere, any part of the world. The basics are the same, and if you're well grounded, still in your own words, I think you will thrive anywhere.
I even trust you enough that you are thriving and you continue to thrive. So because I have a lot of questions for you
tonight,
this year,
today,
this year, I'm going to make it short. So I'm going to round up, but I'm going to end up with 2 questions. It's going to be short. One of it is, I know you were passionate about pediatrics during your internship.
Yes, right? I was.
And I also know that in psychiatry, there's aspect of that deals with children and adolescents.
Yes.
Because if you look at it, it's still much. Have you considered, I know, going forward? I know because I know you always have projections.
Oh, geez.
And I'm not talking for you, but I know who I'm talking with. So
yes.
Have you thought about that
merging the aspect?
Since you still go back to the initial love.
Yes, I did. And when I first started out as a training psychiatrist, that was one of the things on my mind. And coincidentally, that was my first posting.
Okay.
Yes, I had my first posting in child and adolescent. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And on the evenings, I would play table tennis with my guns. Let me sound rather bit. Yeah, so I loved it. However, I found a new love.
Don't tell me it's general.
No.
Okay, do you want to share it?
It's a secret.
You and the secret. I will like. Okay, don't worry. I will still leave it at that for now. But
Yes, it's something that I thought I would never ever do in my life. It was one of the things I said I would never do. I said, old age, I can do anything in psychiatry apart from geriatric psychiatry. But falling in love with it.
I didn't ask her. She said it's going to be a secret, and then
No, I just decided to be generous with information.
I'm talking about old age. To be honest, I think old age psychiatry is challenging, and a lot of people don't really go into that aspect. And sometimes, personally, I also find it so difficult for me because sometimes, when you see old age, it's more like seeing the period, those extreme of age where you find it difficult to really bring out some those symptoms, and because at that age there's a lot of physical illness also going on. So but I give kudos to people in old age. That's an aspect that I don't really like. So
I'm not in old age, but I think
that's what you look for.
That I look for.
And I think on the flip of it, I think it's another aspect that there's money inside. I think.
Okay, I'm all about the money too now.
So that's why I'm happy that I'm with you. Yeah. So when you start making the money, I can also be your peer. I remember
a whole big man like you.
So just to wrap up, I know, like you said, a lot of things. I suppose you have a lot of projection for the year.
Yes, I do.
Right, and just to wrap it up. I know psychiatry itself, anywhere in the world, still have their challenges. Has there been any challenges since you started six years ago?
Yes, I mean, life is all about ups and downs. Definitely. And even though psychiatry is my love, apart from my husband, I love psychiatry. Anyone around me or everyone around me knows that I love psychiatry. But sometimes you really want to do more and you can't. Sometimes I really want to tell people the truth, but I can't because it's not ethically allowed. Which is one thing I miss about Nigeria, though. I could do that in Nigeria.
Okay.
And then sometimes the people who you spend the most time, resources, effort on can sometimes turn their backs against you. So those are some of the challenges. But beyond that, I look at the overall picture and I would say that it's been everything I dreamt of.
Yeah, I think like you rightly said, sometimes you do a lot for people and then they turn back. But the bottom line is still finding fulfillment in what you are doing. And like I said, I've always known you, and
always. It's just 2 years.
Yeah, still within those 2 years at least, we've had a lot of conversations, and I've seen how bright you are and how passionate.
At this point, he wants to give me hydrocephalus. I don't want it. So
that's it, and that's how you see people that are passionate about a particular cause. It helps them. You see the aura around them, and
aura for aura,
yeah. So it's always evidence, and I'm always happy when we are together to share. And I hope the coming year, the coming month and years to come, we have a lot of publications. Like you said, I know there was a time you were saying, "Oh, let's do something."
Yeah, let's do something.
So we're gonna do that. So what do you want to say, parting, so that
parting words is follow your dream. It may sound motivational, but I think that if you know the purpose that you were created for, if you know why you're doing something, it helps you. So for me, I just knew that I did not only want to help people, I wanted to help them live wholesome lives, which is one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel. And that has just been a guide for me in literally everything that I do, in my interactions, in my career, in my family. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but just having that sense of direction really helps. And there's only one person to look for direction from, who is God.
All right, thank you for giving us those inspiration today. It's been at least so I can then go to my brand and say one of the New Year resolution has been solved. I've known why she chose psychiatry.
Finally, you can take that off your book.
Yeah, but I still have some few ones that have not gone ahead with. But at least
That's
thank you
fine.
guys for listening. At least today we've been able to see how Omoti became a psychiatrist, the challenges and what is to come with in terms of our career. Thank you for always coming and sharing insights.
It's fine. Thank you so much for finally turning the table by force. It was fun. Thank you.